thinking about moving to Chicago or just curious about what it's like living here? As someone who's been living here for a while now, I've seen the best and the worst about living in the city. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the pros and the cons of living in Chicago so you can see if it's the right fit for you, or if you're just curious about the experience of me living here. So let's get right into it. One of my favorite parts about living in Chicago is looking at how culturally rich and diverse it is here. You've got neighborhoods like Pilsen, Little Village, Chinatown, Rogers Park, all with their own culture and their own food and their own experiences and history. As a Mexican myself, I love being around communities that remind me of home, while still being with communities of all walks of life. I also love the fact that I can eat authentic food from different cultures at any time that I want. For example, I grew up in a place where there's a lot of authentic Mexican food around me, and so living in the South Loop now, although it's not in the South Loop, I could take a train down to Pilsen and get authentic Mexican food right when I want it. Now let's talk about our second biggest pro of living in the city, public transportation. Now the CTA is one of a kind when comparing to most major cities in the US. You've got trains and buses that can take you pretty much anywhere in the city, whether you're commuting to work or you're commuting to go have fun with your friends. You can go anywhere you'd like. Now I'm not going to sit here and lie and exaggerate. It's not one of the best transportation systems in the world like Tokyo or Paris. Delays happen and then some violence may occur in one of the trains, but it's not like LA where you rely on just purely cars and you have horrible traffic. So it's better than nothing. No shade to LA. I don't own a car personally, and honestly, it does save me a lot of money using the CTA. You're saving money with insurance, gas, and parking fees, and overall, it's just more affordable. Now let's talk about my third reason why I love this city. There's always something going on here. Whether it's free summer festivals like the Chicago Air and Water Show or the Blues Festival, there's always something going on here. And not just that, there's always neighborhood festivals going on, just like the Wicker Park Festival or the Rogers Park Festival. There's always something going on in every neighborhood. If you're into nightlife too, Chicago has that covered. We have clubs and bars you can go to. And then, when you wake up regretting some of your choices the other night, you can walk into a cafe to grab a mean bagel and go for a walk on the beach to reflect on your life decisions. Whatever you want to do, Chicago has it for you. Now let's get into the cons of why you wouldn't want to live in Chicago. Now I know I talked a lot about why it's nice to live here, but let's talk about the reasons why I don't like living here sometimes. Now one thing is for sure, the weather here is brutal. Winter in Chicago hits hard, and I'm not saying like, just snow and 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm talking like -15, -5, wind chills with ice in your face and your will to live leaving you. Also 4 p.m. sunsets that will test your mental health. If you're not used to Midwest winters, prepare yourself because it is a hell of a ride. But the summers are pretty great. Since everyone experienced the same winter as you, everyone's out and about and grateful for a good time in 60-degree weather. Now for con number 2, Chicago's cost of living is rising. Chicago used to be super affordable, especially compared to cities like New York and LA. But prices have gone up, like groceries, rent, going out, everyday things that you need in your daily life. I live on $63K. I make it work, but only because I budget. And just for you guys' information, I did have to move out back to my parents' place for 1 year, just so I can recuperate money and buy my own furniture. So don't feel bad if your journey isn't linear. Now for our last and probably biggest con, safety concerns. Safety is definitely a topic here. Some neighborhoods are different than others, and some have different vibes to them.
A 16-year-old boy was found shot and killed on the city's south side.
Just before 2:30 this morning, they responded to a call of a person shot.
I'm not saying don't move here because of safety. I'm saying do your due diligence and do your research before you move into any of the neighborhoods here in Chicago. Look online, talk to people who live here, talk to them about what it's like living in Chicago and what neighborhoods you should avoid. I would also recommend not getting the Citizen app. It's more anxiety-inducing than it is informational for you. Living in Chicago has its challenges, but for me, the community, opportunity, and energy of the city outweigh the downsides. And if you're someone who values culture, growth, and a good time, Chicago might just be for you. If you found this video helpful, please leave it a like. If you do find anything informative, please leave a comment. I appreciate any support whatsoever. And let me know what's your favorite or least favorite thing about Chicago too. Peace.